Is up, my people? Let's go. How we doing? Can you guys see me here? I've got a whole setup here. There we go. Brett, you weren't first. Mandy, you were first. What's up, people? This is awesome. We've got 1,000 people on Demio. For all my folks over on YouTube Live and Facebook Live, I see you. We got 400 more over there. Sorry, the Demio room filled up here so quickly. If you do get kicked out or can't make it in or whatever, hop over to YouTube Live or hop into the Conversion.ai Facebook group, and you will see us all over there. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm pumped. I got my guy Jarvis back here. We got Jarvis here, so y'all know I'm not flying solo. I really don't do anything without Jarvis anymore. But this is going to be fun. Austin is here helping to moderate and see the chat and all that good stuff. We're just going to have a good time. I don't know. We'll go for maybe 45 minutes or an hour here. And I think this is going to be worth your while. So if you're interested at all in, writing content using AI, which I feel like everyone should be, you're just going to absolutely love what we got going on here. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get kicked off. Now, before we get going to the main event, I've got a few announcements I want to walk you guys through and tell you about some exciting stuff happening over here at CAI headquarters. So the first thing is that earlier this week, we crossed 1 billion words written with Jarvis. So this guy has just been working like a hoss and crossed the 1 billion word mark. And it's funny, I was looking at one of our Facebook ads the other day that we ran originally in January, and it was like, Jarvis has written 1 million words of copy. And now we're at 1 billion words and accelerating very, very quickly here. And so just give it up for Jarvis. I mean, this guy is just totally working hard. For those of you guys that were at the last launch live event that we did in March, end of March, I announced that we had like 4,500 members of our Facebook community. Well, now, as of today, I think we just crossed it. We got 22,000 members of the Facebook community. And it's just an awesome, awesome group. So y'all know that I love you. And I think this is really the secret sauce and what makes Jarvis so great. It's just all the members adding so much value there. If you're not part of that, please join that. It's just a really, really rocking group. And so things have never been better. We're pumped here. We're excited. And yet, probably a month ago, we turned to each other and we said, guys, I think we've got a problem. And, lots of stuff comes up for sure. But hold on here. Let me share my screen over there. Lots of stuff comes up for sure. But, we have this problem. And the problem was this, is I saw people talking about our tool online. They would say this. They'd say, I just signed up for conversations.ai or just signed up for conversions or convergence.ai or congruent.ai or this is the shorthand. I don't know if I love it. Con.ai. And it seemed like nobody, including myself, really wanted to type out conversion.ai over and over. And, at the same time, I built a tool for people that are kind of lazy about writing and don't really know how to spell that well, potentially. So what do I get? I've got this complex name and nobody can spell it. Nobody can say it. Nobody wants to type the whole thing out. And even I had a shortcut on my computer that helped me to write it out here. And so we kind of turned to ourselves. We said, we need a better name, y'all. This isn't really working. And so after, some brainstorming and looking at the market and all that, we really noticed something that really kind of took off, from the beginning. We saw, okay, well, I just signed up for Jarvis. Jarvis is so cool. Jarvis is amazing. Kudos to the Jarvis team. And, people were just calling it Jarvis, even though, we'd never really said that the product's name is Jarvis or anything like that. And so, y'all, today is a big day because today is officially the end of Conversion AI. It's been great. We've loved it. Conversion AI, awesome. But it's not going to get us to where we need to go next. We want to make things way simpler, way cooler, way easier to remember. And today we're putting on a new face for the company. And as of right now, live on this call, the name of the company is officially changing to Jarvis. So this is something we've been working on behind the scenes here and working with designers and brand experts, and decided this is going to be a much easier to remember name. Obviously, Jarvis is the guy that we love here, and we're going to just do a big rebrand. So over the next probably 2 weeks, you're going to see all of our stuff shift from Conversion AI to Jarvis. You're going to see new branding, new logos, new swag. That's going to be really, really exciting there. And it's just going to be, I think, a much better brand for us moving forward here. And so get excited for Jarvis. You can officially stop calling us Conversion AI, but that is one of the big announcements and one of the big things we've been working on behind the scenes here. Second announcement before we get to the main event here is we quietly raised $6 million. So it turns out when you've got an awesome community and awesome customers, uh, people want to invest in you. And so, we didn't really need the money, but we had some conversations with some of our past investors who wanted to invest in us. And so we actually brought on New Investor Foundation Capital. And then one of our other investors, Hack VC, they both shared in this. And, you guys don't care about how much money we have in the bank or anything like that, right? I know you don't. And so what does this mean for you? Well, the reason we raised this is so that we could continue to improve the product, continue to improve the customer experience, continue to build out the team to support you more and more. We've obviously done a few acquisitions. We want to kind of have this on hand to go do acquisitions. And basically, this is all going towards you. And so just know that we're not going anywhere, that, we've got plenty of money, more money now, than we had, up until this point here. And we're going to be deploying it all, for you. So get really, really excited about that. The future is very, very bright for us over here at Jarvis, and that means for you. Third thing I want to, talk about is the biggest check that I ever wrote in my entire life. And this was something that we closed, and I know that this leaked. Okay. But I was really excited for this moment. I was like, giddy about this moment here. And so what I want to ask you guys is to play along with me. And when I announce this, I just want you to act like you've never heard this before and that you're pumped and you cannot believe that we just did this. Can you guys do that for me? I was really excited about this and I would really appreciate that. And so, drum roll, please. We acquired Shortly AI. So, Shortly was one of our competitors. Yeah, everyone's hooping and hollering, yay. It was one of our competitors that, I think did a really, really good job with their long form content creation. Yep, you guys are all excited. Nobody knew about it. Woohoo! No, I appreciate that. And they were doing a really great job with their long form editor. And as we kind of watched them, I got to know the founder and we started talking about, why don't we just kind of do this together? And after a lot of conversations, we agreed that we would acquire them and that we would roll some of their technology and some of their approach into our product here. And I think it's going to be really great for both customers. I think Conversion AI folks, you're really going to like a lot of what they were doing. I think they did a really good job, and I'm going to talk about some of the functionality that's going to mean for us moving forward here. And so that's one of the other big announcements. So we've been running this company for about 6 months now. And the question we're kind of always asking ourselves, and started asking more about a month ago, is how can we push the boundaries of writing even more? Obviously, we've taken huge leaps forward. It's way faster to write content than it ever has been. But how can we push this thing even more? And what would it look like if we created a tool that was much faster, was much more flexible, was much easier to use, and created higher quality content? And we thought if we could, even check one or two of those boxes, we'd have a pretty big leap forward. Our customers would be delighted. It'd be really, really exciting there. But we kind of stepped back and said, well, how could we check all of the boxes? And how could we push the product forward in all of these? And right now, here's kind of what the product looks like. We basically have Jarvis over there, headphones on, super cool guy. And we've got you on the other end. And then we've built these templates in the middle. The templates that they improve the content, or they write blog post outlines or whatever. And we've got, I don't know, 60 of these things, and we've kind of trained Jarvis up on them. But there's still this middleman between you and Jarvis, and that's the templates. And so we kind of asked, well, what if we kind of stepped out of the way, and instead of the templates being in the middle, we just gave you a direct line to Jarvis. And if you wanted to, you could use our templates. If you want to, you can call on them, and a lot of times you're going to get better use out of that. But what if we could just give you a direct line to Jarvis instead of us always standing in the way here? If we could step out of the way and do that, and essentially, what if we could make you the boss of Jarvis? And so we tried that out. We tested that, and we iterated along, like, what would that mean and what would that look like? And again, we looked at shortly and noticed kind of what they were doing around that. And it turns out when you do that, it's really freaking awesome for a user experience. It makes everything so much easier, so much better, so much faster, makes the content higher quality, and it really is a delight to use. And so today I want to introduce you to something new called Boss Mode, where you get to be the boss of Jarvis, and you're not just waiting on us to tell Jarvis what to do, and you got to talk to us. But Boss Mode, I think, is a whole new way to approach content creation inside of our app. And we've played around with this a lot. I've been testing this a lot for weeks, and it really is amazing. It makes the product at least 2 to 3 times better, far easier to write content, far easier to just get the output that you want here. And it really is just a joy to use. It feels much more like the product is getting out of the way, and it's letting you write in a more natural and user-friendly way here. And so you guys ready to see what we've been working on? Let me know in the chat. If you want to see this thing, I would love to hear from you that you're freaking pumped. Yeah, guys, I got all sorts of screens here with all different chats here. It is exciting. I love to see the energy here. And so let's talk about what Boss Mode is. The first thing you're going to get inside Boss Mode is increased vision or increased look back. So right now, Jarvis sees about 600 characters. And so if you're writing, right here at the end of that little blue section there, if you're writing there, let me see if you can see. Oh, there you go. You can see my mouse there. If you're right at the end of that, Jarvis can look back and see about a paragraph, before you can't see anything else above that. But that becomes a little bit of a problem as you start writing more and more content because, it can't really look back that far. It loses context. And so this can lead to more duplicate content. Jarvis can forget what was written before, harder for Jarvis to follow the document pattern, harder to kind of summarize stuff. And so, this worked, but it's a bit of a hassle here. And so one of the things that we're going to do in Boss Mode is juice that heavily. And so in Boss Mode, Jarvis can see about 2,000 to 3,000 characters, depending on exactly what you're doing there. And so up to a 5 times larger vision area. So as you're down here now, you can see, this whole section and this whole section and this whole section and this whole section of the intro paragraph and the title, which just makes writing so much easier because he has more context. So we're talking less duplicate output. It references, the material above. So you'll see him as he's writing, half the page down. He'll say, as I mentioned in the first paragraph or at the beginning of this, we're doing X, Y, and Z. Allows you to summarize longer content and just ultimately much, much faster and higher quality writing. That's the first thing that we added to Boss Mode. Second thing is we unlocked the compose button. And so as if you've used our long form assistant before, basically what we would do is, Jarvis would generate a little bit, then we'd ask you to generate a little bit. We'd say, hey, write about 10 words on your own there. You'd write a little bit, Jarvis write a little bit. You'd write a little bit, Jarvis write a little bit. And that worked. It was a little bit annoying. People found a bunch of different little ways around that. And it was just honestly just kind of annoying to have to do that all the time. And so with Boss Mode, again, we're going to step out of the way here. And we've unlocked that to where now you can just keep hitting compose to help you generate content. Not that, you don't want to get in there and steer it and change some things up and all of that, but you don't have to write content in the middle of that anymore, which really allows you to write even faster, and honestly is just so much more of a delight to use. And the third big thing that you're going to get is this new feature called Jarvis Command. So what is Jarvis Command? Well, we kind of said, well, what if we could, instead of using templates and forms and filling all this stuff out, what if you could just give Jarvis a command and tell him what you want him to do in plain language? And some of that's going to be stuff that we've already built. Maybe you're saying, hey, write a blog outline. Some of it's probably things that we've never even thought of. Y'all are creative. Y'all have your own workflows and your own recipes, your own things you're trying to do. And so we said, well, what if we just kind of let you guys talk to him the same way you maybe would, Siri or something like that. And so, what Jarvis Command does allows you to do things like this. You say, hey, Jarvis, write me a blog intro that's funny. Hey, Jarvis, give me a few titles for my webinar. Hey, Jarvis, answer the question, how much protein should you eat in a day? If you're writing a blog post about, the importance of protein. Hey, Jarvis, run the content improver on the paragraph above. Hey, Jarvis, write me a few different book titles. Hey, Jarvis, write me a song for my wife. I had my 5-year anniversary the other day. And I did not use Jarvis for the card that I wrote her. Yeah, y'all would be excited. My wife knows too much about Jarvis for me to be pulling that off there. I wrote that thing on my own. But when we step out of the way and let you just communicate with Jarvis, things get really, really powerful. And that's what Jarvis Command really allows you to do. It's allowing you to become the boss of Jarvis, command him in a way that you can do whatever it is that you're looking to do. So Jarvis Command, tell Jarvis what you want and he'll do it. Functionally, you can create a lot of your own templates. You can create more of your own workflows. You can create more of your own recipes. As you kind of string these things together, you don't have to just wait for us to create some template. And what's really cool about Jarvis Command is it continually gets better the more you and others use it. And so right now, it's the worst it will ever be. But as y'all ask Jarvis things, we're ingesting all of those commands and we're training Jarvis to understand the intent of those commands in all different, thousands and hundreds of thousands of different ways to ask something to really understand what's your intent and what should Jarvis be writing. And so this is the first time we've really had the system working where it gets better and better and improves over time. And so I'm really, really excited about this. It's great now. It's exciting now. It's awesome now. But here in 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's just going to keep getting better and better and better, really, really quickly, which I'm really excited about here. Are you guys excited? Do you guys see how much that would change writing if you could do those 3 things? If you could look back, if you could just generate content without having to write in between, and if you could command Jarvis to do whatever you wanted him to do? Well, I can tell you, it is a total joy. And so with that, let's go ahead and see it live. You guys want to do that? You want me to just share my screen and show you guys live here? All right, I'm going to hop over. I'm going to hop out here for a sec here. Okay, so now I'm inside of this new and updated version that we have, this new and updated kind of a blank document. For one, now we've got a compose button in the blank document, and a lot of people, we're asking about that, and I've always wanted that. But here I've basically got nothing. So let's say I wanted to, write a blog. I'm going to give you guys a blog post example here first. We'll kind of work through. So I could say this, write some blog post titles for the topic of copywriting. Do that, and I'm just going to kind of run this thing using Command Enter. How to write a good headline with 1 word in 30 minutes. I'm going to run this thing again. Write some blog post titles for the topic copywriting. Let's see what else we can get from this. How to start copywriting from scratch. Top 4 copywriting recommendations for startups. Let's go ahead and use that. So this thing gives me my title. I'm going to change this. Top 4 copywriting. Let's say it's tips. Okay, so now I've got my title. I didn't even have to write that myself there. Okay, so I've got the title, top 4 copywriting tips for startups. Might be an interesting article here. Now I've got to fill this thing out. So instead of kind of thinking of this my own, I'm going to ask Jarvis to just help me generate one. So write a content brief for the above blog post. Let's go ahead and run this thing. Write an article about the importance of copyright and how it can determine a company's success or failure. Copywriters typically take charge of marketing material, website copy, and blog posts. Well, there are many different types of copywriters. They all fall into two categories. Yada, yada. Cool. I probably don't need this whole thing, but I'm going to go ahead and take part of it here. Okay. So now I've got my article brief, which is pretty cool. So I didn't have to write that. So now I've got, pretty good title, pretty good description there. And I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. Then I'm going to write an intro. Let's put a little brief here if I have that there. Write an intro for the above. Let's go ahead and run that. Successful marketers are able to attract visitors to the site by using persuasive language. This is often done through old-fashioned, yada, yada. Okay, I mean, obviously, like, you can see a pretty dang good intro paragraph. It's a little hard for me to read some of this while doing this, but we'll leave some of this here. So what's neat about this is you can, use the Jarvis command, but you also still have all the power mode functionality as well in there. So those of you guys are thinking, do I still have that? You still have that in there, okay? I'm gonna do one more where I'm actually gonna take the brief out and do this. Write an intro. And here's something else I can do. Actually, Jarvis takes voice commands now. So I'll go ahead and turn this on. Write an intro for the above blog post. Boom. Run it using voice commands. The market's incredibly crowded. You need to stand out from your crowd if you want to succeed. One way to do this through great copywriting. Here are 4 tips on how to get started in order to create an effective campaign. Great. So now I've got my intro paragraph. Now let's do this, right? I'll give it to you guys this way. Write an outline for the above blog post. Let's see what it does here. So it's doing it down here. Let me try that again. Write an outline for the above. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 4 copywriting tips. And I'll run this. Okay, so it's giving me this in here. Give me that in there. Okay, so I've got the workings of an outline. Now I'm going to do this. I can ask you the question. So understood what good copy is and why it's important. Maybe I'll ask Jarvis a question here to help him write. What is good copy and why is it important? Question mark. Good copy, yada, yada, good copy. Maybe I'll change this, good copy is 1. Okay. Seeing how much easier this is to just write copy. Now I can have him, continue this on. When do Command J, it'll continue writing. Okay, and here it's actually writing some more, outlines for me anyway here. Learn how to write great headlines. Yeah, I like that. That could be a good section there. And here I can just kind of continue to write without having to write in between here. Okay, so I'm going to use some of this. Maybe I'll delete some of this here. Ask for feedback from your audience regularly and act quickly on it. So now what it's going to do, remember, Jarvis can still read all of this. And so he can see the pattern that is being used here. And, before he couldn't see all that. And so let's just see what he writes without any sort of prompting here. Ask for feedback from your audience regularly and act quickly on it. There's no better way to know if your content is good or not than by asking feedback from those who are reading it. It's also a great way of engaging customers and getting their names out there too. Well, I could, use some of this stuff that's right in here, getting their names out there too. Just kind of get it started on a sentence. Best ways to get feedback is using a short survey link at the end of each blog post. I'll ask them this, what are some ways to get good customer feedback on my copywriting? Question mark. See if this works here. Okay, so some other ideas, around that. Then finally, use social media channels. And I could use any of this stuff here. Let's say I finished my blog post. You guys can see I'm already at, 455 words, and I could easily, unpack any of this by just steering Jarvis on any one of those. So I want to write a blog post conclusion. Let's run this. Write a blog post conclusion. This blog post, we've looked at some of the most common ways people block their own creativity and how you can break free from them, yada, yada. Okay, so it's writing a little blog post conclusion to wrap this up. What do you guys think? See how easy this is? You can use the templates, you can use the power mode, but you don't have to. Let's do something else. Let's say this is the blog post I just wrote. If I want to summarize it, maybe I want to get some bullet points, or I want to get some snippets for to share with my team or share on social media or whatever. So summarize the above. Didn't really do what I'm looking for here. Let's try running it again. Okay, here it's kind of summarizing it. I can also maybe do this, it's like summary of blog post. Summarize above blog post. Understand what good copies, why it's important under great headlines. Starts to give a little bit of an outline. This blog post looks at some of the most common ways. So you can see here, you can get summaries off of stuff easier, particularly because it can look back the entire way. Now let's say I wanted to get some more copy for promotion. I could say, write a PAS for above. Problem. We all know coming up with new ideas is hard, but it's also necessary. Agitated, difficult to come up with fresh ideas, and you're constantly being bombarded with the same old thoughts and distractions. Solution: the key is to separate the process into two distinct phases. So we can use that kind of copy for promoting this blog post here. It gave me some new stuff there. Or maybe I could do this. Say, write me an ADA for the above. Okay, run that. And she's struggling to come up with new ideas. And just blog post looks at those common ways people block their own creativity. You don't need to worry about coming up with creative content anymore. And y'all, I'm giving examples of some of the templates that we have used, inside of Power Mode. So all of these are going to be hooked up here, very shortly, where you can call on any one of these, but also you can create your own, so this can write emails, this can write um, real estate listings, you can write social posts, you can ask him to make stuff more creative and say, rewrite the above to make it more creative. Whatever you want to do, you can ask Jarvis, he will take a shot at doing it. And obviously there's some edges to that and some limitations to that. I'm not saying that now you can just, take over the entire world. But when we get out of the way and let you connect with Jarvis, things get way, way, way easier to write. And I've been writing more copy in the last 4 or 5 days using this than I had written in the last month on the tool. It becomes so much easier having the look back, being able to hit compose over and over, and being able to just speak to Jarvis, however you want. You guys see how cool that is? And how freaking exciting that is? That makes things so much better. And so we've got a whole bunch more training around that, that we're going to hook you guys up with and show you guys. But It makes everything much, much better. So let's talk about boss mode here and how to get access and what that looks like here. And so boss mode includes this: everything in pro, unlimited words, increased vision, 3 to 5x more character look back, the unlocked compose button, and Jarvis Command. Makes everything so much better, so much quicker, so much faster. And you guys will love it. And it's going to get better and better the more you and everybody else uses it. So, we created this. We're super excited about it. We're high-fiving. We asked, well, what should we price this thing at? Right? In a way that's fair, in a way that's usable to our users. How do we price that? So we kind of thought about that. We thought of this, well, with this, you can write significantly faster before, produce more words than you ever have. You can write significantly higher quality content than before. Now, again, you guys don't care about what we do on our end, but our costs are much higher for these features. As you're hitting generate more, as you're pulling in more content, we're just running a lot more data through our system. So our costs are quite a bit higher for these features. And so we got to, take that into account. But then what do we price something at that allows you to become an absolute freaking boss, and that you can now tell Jarvis what to do, and you're a total boss here. And so, we thought, well, this should be, kind of a premium feature that we make sure that we can kind of, get our costs back. And so we thought about rolling this thing out at $249 a month. I know it's a lot higher than what we're at now, but again, a lot of companies have a high tier, $249 a month plus $99 a month per seat for some of the bigger companies. I think it'd be worth it at that. I think you'd be able to get your money back, at that price, but as we kind of thought about it and as time went on, we said, we're not going to release it at $249. And you guys know I like the tease. We're not going to release $249. We thought about doing $199. We're not going to do that. We even thought about doing $179. So this thing is a total steal. If it's 2 times better, 3 times better, $179 is amazing, but we're not even going to do $179. So to get access to boss mode right now, our current highest plan is $109 a month on the website. Boss mode is only going to be $10 more. So boss mode is going to start at $119 a month to give you access to all of that. Not a big leap, but helps us cover some of the costs. And I think it will be, worth absolutely every single penny of that. And then we also are going to increase the seat cost a little bit. So right now the seat cost is $25 a month for the Pro plan. It's going to be $50 a month per seat for the boss mode plan here. So small increases on both of those, but nothing huge. We wanted to be generous, wanted to get you guys access here. But wait, as always, we've got, a little special deal for you fast actors, those people that are signing up or ready to sign up here now. If you upgrade now, instead of costing $50 a month per seat, we're going to drop that down to only $40 a month per seat. So we're going to take 20% off of the seat price there if you upgrade here now with us. So now it's $119 a month plus $40 a seat. Also, this is cool. If you upgrade now, we're going to give you this limited edition Boss Mode t-shirt. We'll ship this thing anywhere in the world. You'll love it. You'll wear it to the gym. You'll be lifting weights. People around town are going to be asking you, you look like a boss. How'd you become a boss? Say, well, I'm rolling with Jarvis now. I'm the boss of him. So we're going to ship you this limited edition Boss Mode t-shirt. It's the first swag we've ever had. And so you don't want to be left out. You don't want to be the only one without the Boss Mode t-shirt, which I'm really, really excited about here. And so to get that deal, you got to sign up by Friday, July 9th. So that's in 10 days from now. It's not this Friday, it's the next Friday here. Sign up and you'll get the discounted seats and lock that in. You'll get the free t-shirt, plus you get Boss Mode, which is incredible here. And so again, Boss Mode, $119 a month plus $40 a month per seat. Now, I know a lot of customers are on the original plan of $99 a month where you got 3 seats included. Those customers will also still get 3 seats included on the Boss Mode. So if you're an early adopter customer and you have that deal, you will be able to upgrade to $119 and have your 3 seats included as well. And to make it even better, if we even needed to make it even better, I'm going to give you a 100% 30-day money back guarantee on this. So if you're an existing user, upgrade, try it out for a month. Again, I'm telling you, it's going to get better and better over the next few weeks even. And if you don't totally love it, totally think it's worth it, we will give you that upgrade amount back and give you the difference back. No questions asked. If you're not a user right now, sign up, try it out, give you 30 days, totally risk-free here. I just want to make this an easy yes for everyone to hop in to boss mode here today. Absolutely no risk. Try it out. If it's not totally worth it, we'll give you your money back there. So try boss mode out completely free or risk-free for the next 30 days by upgrading. So I'm going to tell you how to get signed up here. But again, boss mode's $119 a month plus $40 a month per seat. So who's ready to become a total freaking boss? Comment boss mode in the chat if you want to upgrade and you want to test all this out with us right here. I think you're going to love it. It's truly delightful. I think it's a huge step forward, and I think it's going to be writing much more how you dreamed of it being here. Comment boss mode if you are in. All right, I see a ton of people commenting in here. This is sweet. Okay, so how do we get signed up for boss mode here? So two ways. You're going to go to conversion.ai/boss mode. That should be live now. Austin's publishing it. Austin, are we live with that? All right, thumbs up. We're live with that. Boom. Okay. You can also do it through the settings in your app. And so if you're inside the app, you can just go to the billing settings and sign up and upgrade into boss mode right there. You should see it all right there. Nice and neat here. Okay, and we're gonna do some questions here at the end. So boss mode, a ton of people are upgrading through. It's gonna be a super fun month. We're all learning together and talking about how we're using boss mode and the templates and the workflows and the recipes that we're creating. If you're a workflow person, you're gonna absolutely love this because you can string together a series of commands that you can give Jarvis there. And so what boss mode gives you is gonna give you everything from the Pro Unlimited plan, unlimited words, increased vision. We're talking 3 to 5 more character look back, unlocked compose button, and Jarvis command. If you're inside the app, by the way, and you don't see the boss mode plan, then you can go ahead and try refreshing the app, and you'll probably see it then. You might have an old version of the app there. Okay, what you're gonna be able to do also with boss mode, right? 2 to 3 times faster, far greater control, produce much higher quality output, and command Jarvis and tell him what to do. And people are going to ask me, Dave, does this just work for blog posts? All you did was show blog post on here. No, it doesn't work just for blog posts. It works for all this stuff. It works for blog posts and ad copy, social posts, email, stories, video scripts, recipes, songs, books, whatever you want. You can use Jarvis command for, and boss mode will help you get there. Okay, we've also got a live boss mode training today at 3 p.m. So here at 3 p.m. Central Time, we'll have that, and we'll send out the link. I don't know if you can put the link in there, Distal, or push that through. We'll put it in the Facebook group as well. But we'll get you all set up on that. Show up to this live training here. So it's in like 3.5 hours, if you're wondering what time that is here. And we want you to work like a boss. So that's my call, y'all. My call to action is work like a boss today. Become a boss. Upgrade to boss mode now and join us at conversion.ai/boss mode. You'll totally love it. There's going to be some little kinks here and there with a new product. Bear with us. We'll get all those cleaned up, as always. And then you're going to see it start to improve, over the next few weeks as more and more users use it, as the engine is learning how people are talking to it. You're really, really going to love that there. Okay. Any questions? Austin, you want to hit me with some of the common questions?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
So the seat is another user. And so if you, have team members, you can, they will each take a seat. And so, my team, we've got 8 people, we would need 8 seats if we all wanted to be in there riding. So that's what a seat is. It's a user that can just use the tool. So I say that again. Next Friday. So you've got 10 days, y'all, to decide to sign up and get in. You're going to get the T-shirt. You're going to get boss mode. And you're going to get the 20% off any additional seats. Yeah. Hey, by the way, if you guys are spamming questions over and over in there, we're just going to boot you out. So stop spamming questions. We'll get to everyone's questions here. Yeah. So again, if you're an early adopter, if you're on the $99 plan with 3 seats included, you will continue to get those 3 seats. If you're seeing right now that there's only 1 seat included, it's probably because you don't have other users on there. And so, if you sign up and upgrade, you've got 1 seat included and you're an early adopter, you can go and add 2 more people later and it won't charge you extra there. Okay. So, again, if you're on the 99 early adopter plan, you still get that deal carried forward. You get 3 total seats included in that. Don't have to pay extra for those people. By the way, real quick, some people are asking, hey, if I'm on the early adopter plan and I upgrade, can I downgrade back later if I don't like it to the early adopter plan? Yes, you can. So try it out for free. If you don't like it, let us know in 30 days. We will downgrade you back to your original discounted plan. You're not going to lose that plan just for trying this thing out here. Okay. So that'll be in there even if you don't see it right now. Yeah. So the question was, does it work in other languages? Yeah, it does work in other languages. We have to iron out a few kinks on that here today. But it does work in other languages, though the UI is like a little bit confusing on it here at the moment. But the same way that, our long form editor works with other languages, it'll work there. Question again for early adopters. What is that plan? You're at 99 a month. If you upgrade, you'll be charged $199 a month from here on out. So $20 more. You will still have your 3 seats included. If you had more seats and you sign up in the next, 10 days, you'll get all those extra seats at $40 per user per seat. So in that, again, we've got some, I'll show some of that here. Basically the way you do it is, and we've got a help doc too, if you want to trigger the, I guess the microphone here. There we go. So we'll get you guys set up on how to do that. Basically, it's actually already built into your PC or your Mac to go trigger that here. But if I write out a command, write a blog post, whatever, write a few titles about copywriting. I don't want Jarvis to pull in what's above. And I hit Command Enter, and it will highlight it, and then it will run that. So I'm hitting Command Enter on a Mac. It'd be Control Enter on Facebook, or on a Sorry, yeah, Control Enter on a PC. And you can see Jarvis is just writing those there. So there's not really a set of pre-existing commands that you're going to hit. We've got some that work and some examples for you, but also you got to think flexibly, and you'll be able to think outside the box there. Yeah, so you could do that. So you could just say, write me write a poem that's funny. Write a poem about fire trucks. That's funny. I could, give the tone in the command there. Yeah, didn't really do that there. Why fire trucks are like men. 100 reasons why fire trucks make great fathers. You can see he's kind of being cheeky there. Not really a poem, but that would be how you do that. You're going to in plain language. Like, how would you explain it to a writing assistant? That's how you're going to be able to do the tone now. So much more flexible than it's been by having to like fill out a little tone box. Yeah, we are going to have that. You'll be able to see that. Again, we're going to release some help docs. I don't know exactly where they're going to be here, but in the help center, we've got some examples. We don't have like a list of preset ones, but we have a cheat sheet that's going to give you some ideas about where to go there. The look back is a boss mode feature only. So the Pro Unlimited plan will continue to have the same 600 character look back. Like 2,000 to 3,000 characters. So 3 to 5 times that. Okay, and inside the Facebook group, you're also going to see the link for the 3 p.m. training. And y'all, there's going to be a ton of good training here over the next week. So there's a lot of questions around how do we do this? How do I write emails? How do I do whatever? We're gonna unpack all that. You guys are gonna learn all that. So probably some of y'all have already signed up and written a blog post by now here. All right, any final questions, Austin, here? That'd be great. Yeah, let's post in there. And again, if you guys haven't joined the Facebook group, it is go to Facebook and search Conversion.ai official community. That we might change this to Jarvis here today. But join this and we'll answer all your questions and do all of that. Again, people are asking about the early adopter plan, saying we're early adopters. Can you take care of us? Yes, we are taking care of you by continuing to give you the 3 free seats, in this new plan here. And so, even as the seats get more and more valuable, early adopters are continuing to get that 3-seat deal there, which is pretty cool. So we do want to treat early adopters well. Thank you for being with us. We're going to continue to treat you well as we move forward here. So, all right, folks, that's it. We'll see you back in the Facebook group. Again, I know there's still a lot of questions here. If you've got other questions, post them to the Facebook group. You can also email us at jarvis@conversion.ai, and you will be able to get a hold of our support team. We'll get everybody answered and all of that here. So bear with us. I know we've got a lot of people hopping in and trying it all out. This is going to be a really fun, special couple days here as well. So see you in the Facebook group. See you guys at the 3:00 training here in about 3 hours, and we'll get you rolling. All right. Bye, y'all.